Thanks very much for the opportunity to be here. I'm going to keep my remarks very short, and you might wonder why someone from the Committee to Protect Journalists would be speaking at an event like this. In fact, the death and all of the events surrounding the jailing of Rinpoche have, in fact, all of the events surrounding the jailing and death of Rinpoche have gone unreported within China. And it's our great concern that within China we see at least 44, and the number's most likely higher, closer to 50 this year, that about a quarter of all the journalists jailed in China are Tibetan journalists. Most of them thrown in to jail not because of their reporting, but jailed on these very broad, spurious charges of threatening state security or revealing state secrets. What we see in Tibet is something that we're seeing very much across the country in China. A government which is increasingly repressive about media, increasingly oppressive about events in areas like Tibet or across the rest of China, especially in Xinjiang and other areas. And what we're greatly worried about is that the unreported death of Rinpoche and the suppression of so much activity within Tibet has gone unreported in China. As a Committee to Protect Journalists, what we'd really like to do is bring the world's attention to the fact that news about events like this is not circulated within China. Tibet is closed to foreign journalists and is closed to most Chinese journalists as well. As you go forward in your organizing and trying to bring attention to conditions in Tibet, you should remember that you can rely on the international media and on the international groups such as CPJ to help you and assist you getting news about conditions for journalists in Tibet. I realize journalism is a smaller part of your greater concerns, but in fact, if you're going to have a democratic Tibet, if you're going to have a democratic China, and if people are going to be able to speak freely, you must address these problems as well. I'll keep my remarks very short and make room for the other speakers. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to deliver this message about one small area of concern for Tibetans, but I think one very important one that you'll have to address as your movement goes forward. Again, thank you very much. Sorry to keep my remarks so short, but thank you for the opportunity.